currently on my morning commute, but look what I do while I'm on my morning commute. I'm studying while I'm on my commute because I finally cracked the code to understanding class inheritance. So I'm super excited about this. This is Swift, but I've been learning class inheritance in JavaScript as well. In TypeScript, I learned some TypeScript stuff last night. But I want to say this. This is a productivity hack if you're trying to learn anything new. If you want to learn anything new, you need to understand that you are programming your subconscious brain first. So if you're trying to learn music, if you're trying to learn programming, which are two things I have experience with, then the first years or months, depends on how much time you got to apply, but for me it was years, you are just programming your subconscious brain, okay? You are just looking at it and your subconscious is storing things in your subconscious brain, so when you see it again, it'll be familiar. It's not for you to understand at first. You can read a lot, but you're going to read so much, because we love information. You're not going to remember all that information, and you may understand some things, and then you may lose it, and then you may understand it fully later. All that is a part of the process of programming your subconscious brain. And this is important because programming your subconscious brain, it helps you to really store information in your brain. It's there. It's like your brain is learning it, but your mind is not making sense of it yet, right? Because your mind is trying to work, how is this relevant? How can I use this information? Where do I use this information? Like, what does this information mean? The mind has even more questions, but the subconscious brain, it stores that information for you to be able to pull on it, and then it just marinates in there. Okay, I'm like that with programming right now. I was like that with music as well. This is a hack that I use for music and also with programming. Writing things down. If you are studying music, the tutorials is cool. Even with programming, the tutorials are cool, but writing things down. I learned how to make a major scale. So then I learned, okay, this is how I make a C scale. It's going to be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And D is going to be D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, and so on. But basically, that's how I learned it. So I wrote all of those down. I would write all of them down, like write all of the scales down. I just had a book where I wrote all the scales down. For programming, I take a bunch of notes. I took a bunch of notes. So this is my programming notebook. I took a bunch of notes. This is for Swift, some Swift stuff. The data types. I went to the library. I read books. I learned about what people do with code. And I had this back in February 26th. It is October. I am just now understanding what classes mean. But I was already doing this stuff. Just yesterday, I thought it finally dawned on me. And then when it comes to music, I have Tomo guitar stuff. And this is like putting a major scale triad together. Minor pentatonic scale, ear training stuff. So I'm telling you, like writing things down. So that was me just programming my subconscious brain. Writing, taking notes and things like that. Not knowing what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. The best thing I could do with music was I did learn how to play the chords in a major scale, right? A major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. And then with programming, I just knew how to write a string. I just knew how to write an array. I didn't know what array and strings, what all I can do with them. But now I know how to do classes. I know how to initialize. I just can't wait to learn more. So I had to make this video because I really want you to know that you can get it. You can get it. You will get it. But it's about writing it down. And it's about storing that information in your brain. Because just like a computer stores information, right? It can store it and then it processes it. But first it has to store the information. So store it first and then process it. And then the computer makes some type of output. Right? So you are the computer that's going to output it, but you got to input how you're going to output that information.